is drying out.
Terrible start for Christian Daniel Jr. The American down into 17th spot now. Issue in the second race as well, a rarity in Rookies Cup. Brian takes a look behind.
Was it actually Hakim Danish? I'm not sure. There's Hakim Danish, number 13.
Behind Lucas Brown, the Brit. Molignane up into 15th as well, ahead of them. So we're well spread out. Already sees the big number 50 on his head, and on either side of the front fairing, you've got company, Brian.
He is down in 9th place. But say the airbag can go off, of course, the tech air suit, but it then
Eddie Peter.
And I saw Veda Prtama make a move there. I think he's up into 4th place. He doesn't want to see. And I think I may be wrong, Matt, but I think he actually got somebody hit him and relates itself, and you've got a second canister. So you know you don't have to pull in or whatever, retire or anything. Brian disappear over the horizon.
So if there is a drying line forming then, Peter,
the clutch lever, I think, actually. That's what happened. I think that's what it was.
Mechanical failure caused by another.
You've still got the reserve canister that will look after you.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. We're going to see a big load of tyre wear towards the end of the race.
Yeah, we could indeed. I think what was caused by another rider, but as you say, equally luckless. Anyway, nothing to do with him. The number 7.
Oh, whether he did or not, he could have just been riding with a bit more of an elbows out riding style, maybe a bit bent speeds. I'm not sure, but certainly.
See, even early on, is people like Brian who know what they're doing. They're moving over and using the wet part of the track of Beñat Fernandez going down the hill, chasing after Veda Prtama.
He looked up. I'm sure we can ask him after the race, as we do have a changeover for 3rd place. Ramadhipa.
When they don't need the ultimate grip, but of course down through this left-hander, it's wet all over the place, and they do.
Fastest rider on track last round. The riding who actually won the European Talent Cup race last weekend. He will find himself in 3rd position.
You need the grip, so it'll be a few laps before that becomes crucial, but it certainly will factor into it. There is the number 7.
He was doing rather well in dry conditions as well here so far this week. And then now right for the podium then. First one in Rookies Cup.
Ahead of the Mugello double winner Veda Prtama and Beñat Fernandez in 3rd place. Carter Thompson chasing after Brian Uriarte ahead of him.
So look through practices actually, Peter, the times from there, you do see quite a few different names that we're used to seeing.
Up on the 54, so let's see, at the moment they haven't closed the gap.
Some huge gaps in the lap times from just that first lap around actually, Peter, already towards the sharp end. This sort of track is so different in its nature, whether it's wet or dry, isn't it?
But equally it hasn't really grown either, so interesting to see now.
You can really see the difference of riders that are naturally confident in the wet or ones that need to build into it compared to what those you go to.
Yeah, it is. It's all, as you say, mentioned before, you know, all these corners that run together. The left Ramadhipa has taken up 3rd spot. Can he close the gap on Thompson and Uriarte? In fact,
they come thundering down the waterfall now. Thompson chasing Uriarte. Beñat Fernandez falling back.
Left-handers, we're coming towards the end of the left-hand of this climb here, and it's a lot steeper climb than you could. It does look as though they are.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when once they come down the waterfall just through to Prtama.
Apparently Brian was overconfident last weekend in the wet. He set off, had about a see on the TV screen there, and then you go over the top of the hill here, still holding the
11 will get the next intermediate split. It was actually 8/10 of a second in the last one.
Yeah.
So what is it?
3-second lead and fell off on the 1st or 2nd lap.
He did. He stacked it in one of the slowest corners. The silly
same gear, flick it right and go down, and there goes Carter Thompson. That's a brave move. That is a very brave move. They're closing.
Closer, isn't it?
They are closing. They are closing. Superb stuff.
Dilly, I would call him after that one, but hopefully he learns from that this time around.
Right, out on brave move.
What an overtake that is, but has he made it stick? Perhaps not. Uriarte kept it pinned, tries to go. 8/10 of a second now. So Indonesia well on the hunt.
At the start and finish to complete lap 2. Carter Thompson certainly going after Brian Uriarte.
On the inside, but no! So we have a new leader then. It's Carter Thompson, the number 5. They had a double winner in Rookies Cup last time out. Will they have yet another? Are the Indonesians?
And Benyat Fernandez is towing the rest of the guys behind him. Veda Prtama is there as well. But
this is brilliant stuff from the Aussie.
And it's a good time to overtake. Don't hang about, because as a
going to be dominating the cup from here on in. Of course, we do have just 3 rounds left, 6 rounds.
It's up to Carter Thompson to chase Brian Iriarte.
The benchmark is a 1 minute 40 lap time. That's what
why as a dry line forms, it actually makes overtaking more difficult, because you've got to go off.
Races left in 2025. You've got to back all the points you can get. How about that? Up 9 places is the leading duo we're setting that time around. A lot of others who are a bit more competitive, setting 141s. Then there's
that dry line to get past people. So as the dry line forms, you can stick to it and make the life of the guy behind you.
Ramadhipa from the start of the race, Peter.
Superb stuff. And of course, as I said, Brian Iriarte had a big slot.
Chasing group after that, 142s basically. If you're in the 143s, you ain't doing anything.
Very difficult indeed.
They cross the line then. It's Thompson from Iriarte. Prtama Ramadhipa.
That was a warning, so he knows that he's pushing the limits, but he's having a look up the inside of Carter Thompson.
Towards the podiums in this race.
Right, Veda Prtama made the big overtaking move at the first corner.
Ramadhipa, Indonesia, 3rd and 4th, and that's pretty special. Zen Mitani from the back of the grid though.
And they're into the first right-hander. Backs out of it. And he around wide, but he has made it stick now. I think he's up into the 3rd place and going after
Peter, up to 11th place. That's very impressive for the Japanese rider.
Superb stuff, absolutely. They are being caught by Ramadhipa and Prtama.
They were set.
Carter Thompson, he's relegated Benyat Fernandez to 4th on the number 7.
Imagine Prtama.
Brilliant. So let's see. I wonder, what do you think Brian's thoughts are going to be now? Is he going to pass
7/10 of a second quicker last time around than the others, so they well and truly are just going to be feeling his way into it, isn't he? More than used to crazy wet conditions.
Back as soon as he can, or is he going to sit there? I saw him look over his shoulder and see just how far the others are.
Closing in as we look a bit further down the order. Then you've got Gonzalez in 5th place. Plus like this from his time growing up in Indonesia and also in the Asian Talent Cup. They love a wet way.
Behind Mitani, as you say, Matt, he's the quickest man on track at the moment.
I think he's got to keep an eye on his pit. In 6th, Benyat Fernandez 7th place, Singapore 8th. Danish, your series leader, race or 2. Over there, you can see that dry line getting thicker and wider every corner, hasn't he? Or see what the gap is to the riders behind him. If they start to close, he's going to need to make a move in 9th at the moment. I think if he's not feeling too sure about things, that's probably a good enough finish. The time we come around then, this will be very interesting to see how this race changes. 15 laps, even would get back past Thompson, but for now, they are still 1.4 seconds with how much he's got in hand.
Right, and now these Pirellis are superb in the feel that they give the riders.
The short lap time around here is a long way to go.
It is. 32 is Kianda Ramadhipa, the other Indian.
They're going to cross the second intermediate now, and the other riders, they're 1.4 again.